Well, there seems to be relative peace on the Plateau following a 3-month clash between neighboring communities in Mangu, Barkin-Ladi and Berom local government areas. The hydra-headed crisis has, however, left families mourning brothers, children and husbands. In this report, Sarah Ayeko tries to put a face to some persons killed. She speaks with the widows of Mangu community in Plateau State.
Their puzzled looks, hidden behind innocent smiles. They all want to be seen and heard, having been running and hiding for days from the wrath of militiamen on the plateau. The young may have escaped physical scars, but for the old, the bullet marks and feeling of loss of a loved one and all they once called theirs remain evident. What started as a misunderstanding between a farmer and the herder has triggered a humanitarian crisis for about 80 communities on the plateau.
They've been chased out of their homelands. And even some of the communities that are still partially holding out, they've not been able to cultivate their farms this season. So what is obvious is that we're going to have food shortages, this farming season, because a lot of communities could not be able to farm. And so those communities still remain vulnerable. As long as people cannot return to their ancestral homes, they are vulnerable, they are psychologically traumatized.
The months-long crisis has been a costly trajectory for the indigents and settlers. According to a human rights organization, at least 346 persons have been killed within 3 months in 8 local government areas in Plateau State. Among those gruesomely murdered are husbands and brothers to these women. 24-year-old Gloria Jedediah holds on to a giggling baby who has no idea his father is dead and buried among the hundreds killed in their community. The last thing she heard about her husband was that he was shot and macheted while he was trying to escape the bullets and blades of militiamen.
Help us with foodstuff. Before now, he used to bring variety of foodstuff, rice and others, but now nothing to eat. See this child, I don't know what to do with him. It's not been easy for us. Please help us. We have little children and I'm also a young mother. Please help us. We are not finding it easy.
She wishes to go back to school but has to depend on an overburdened sister-in-law.
Husband is my younger brother. We lost him. And my sister-in-law too, we lost her. Indeed, and even now, the things is too much on us. Even now, today, my mother, they are 2 weeks now in the hospital. They did operation twice. The first one, it was 170,000. Before they carry her into theater, until we provide 50,000 before they carry her into theater. The second operation on her is another money, and now it's almost 400,000. And all this thing, we went and borrow. Now we cannot see where we'll get the money to pay. And even now, we don't know if they discharge or the bill that they will give us before we go home. We don't know where we'll get it. But please, we are begging the government to help us.
Every day she and other widows gather at the various IDP camps, waiting for the next meal, funds, or whatever help they can get from compassionate individuals.
We were seated in our house when the militiamen came in the evening. We ran, but they met my husband inside the house. They killed him. He has left me with 7 children. 2 are married, 3 are female, while 4 are male. There is no one to pay the children's school fees now. Our grains have been destroyed. We don't have food and we don't know what to do now. We are displaced. We don't have a place to sleep or where to go. Our rent is usually 25,000 naira, but we don't know where to get the rent now. We don't know what to do. We bought 10 bags of fertilizers. The attackers burnt them. We can't go to our farms anymore. We are calling on you to help us. My husband was running when they shot him and killed him.
If these people don't go back in time to their farms, the problem will linger for years, because these people are predominantly farmers and their farms are being destroyed daily and they have lost everything they have. So if they don't go back now to farm and the farming season is almost getting over, we don't know what will really happen.
With difficulty, Janet draws up a smile. She didn't get to see her husband's body nor give him a proper burial.
They didn't allow me see him because we ran. It has been difficult since his death living with 5 children. We have problems with farming and schooling. The children have stopped going to school even though they want to because there is no money. They should help me with children's school fees and farming. I've been paying rent of 40,000 since my husband's death. Please help us build shelters and provide school fees for our children.
This is the Pilot Science Primary School in the heart of Mangu. It serves as a refuge to women and children, but it's hard for them to sleep comfortably here. In the Pilot Primary School, where we have one of the 25 IDP camps in Mangu, local government area of Plateau State, and it's pitch black. From what the locals have told me, they say that sometimes they hear gunshots at night. For those who are courageous, who can still stay in this structure, it's very courageous for a lot of them because they have very minimal security around. And I hear that the sleeping conditions is really terrible. So let's just show you one of them. Sanu? Yeah. So how do you guys sleep at night?
Okay, come and see, let us sleep in the night.
How many people stay here?
No, 15 people.
15?
15 people. Women and children.
And you've been sleeping this way for how many months now?
Like 2 months.
For 2 months now?
Yes.
So where did you get all of this load from?
That's for these people.
So are the ceilings leaking?
Yes.
The ceiling is leaking?
Yes.
So whenever it rains, right?
It's leaking.
So then you will have to sleep on there like this. You don't have mattress?
No mattress.
No mattress, no bed covers,
Yes.
no cardigan.
Yes.
And it's really chilly. It's cold. Don't you guys feel cold at night?
Eh?
Don't you feel cold at night?
Oh, day plenty.